stage, Mike Zakarian.
Good morning. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the NBA Bit. You made it. It's Thursday. We got a fun one. We had some spicy action last night. We got a big Game 6 tonight. We got another Game 6 tomorrow. Basketball is alive and well. Who do we got in the chat this morning? We got our guy Germ. Yeah, has anyone seen Luke Kornet and Mike Zakarian in the same room? No, they haven't. Happy birthday to Cole Anthony and former Mavs coach Don Nelson. There we go. Happy J.D. McDaniels, everyone. There you go, Borland. Happy National Nylon Stocking Day. Thank you, guys. Always very helpful for stuff like that. Do me a favor. If it's your first time here, hit the little subscribe button. Hang around. Hit the like. Hit the notification bell. If you're watching on Twitter, stop giving Elon money. Come on over here. We got a couple of things going on today and tomorrow. So let's do a little business up top, okay? We got the NBA Bit back here again tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. But also later today, the 89 Cavs are going to be right here on this channel at 3 p.m. Eastern. And then tomorrow, we'll have another edition of Hoop Sense with another special guest co-host on the Count the Dings channel. So lots of content coming at you. Lots of sweet, sweet content. Also, weather permitting, going to be at Yankees Mets this weekend on Saturday, doing a little content for the SORARE Bros for Team SORARE. So stay tuned. Stay tuned for some of that. If you are into the one Sato, we'll have some info for you. But enough about that. That's enough business. I also have an eyelash. There we go. We got him. Let's talk about the games last night. We're going to start in chronological order. We're going to start with the Celtics, the Beantown Boys. That was a fun game. I want to just say, Joe Mazzulla, it took 4.5 games for you to figure out maybe Porzingis doesn't have it. It also took a catastrophic injury to get there. But, man, the Celtics were fun last night. And I am not delusional, okay? Well, I am, but not about the Celtics. I don't really necessarily think like this is the Red Sox in 2004 Cowboy Up, all right? I'm not there. I'm not saying that they're down 3-1 and now they're going to rip off 3 W's without Jason Tatum. I don't think that this is a shut up Bill Simmons, a Ewing theory. I don't. But what I did love last night is that they, defended with a little heart. I think there was a real shot for them to just roll over last night, I really did. I thought there were going to be like a real opportunity for them to just say, hey, listen, it's not our year, okay? We blew 2 games at home. We lost our all-NBA guy to a catastrophic injury. We just don't have it. This Knicks team has our number. We're happy with the chip that we got. We'll saddle up, figure it out next year. And I thought, I don't know, I appreciated that fight. I would like to think that if you're not a Celtics or Knicks fan, I would like to think that everybody would hope that their team would battle like that in those circumstances. And there were a couple of interesting things that Mazzulla did that I do think can be replicated. I don't know if Luke Kornet's game can be done again, but I did think that they made a couple of adjustments that are an interesting wrinkle for Game 6. And I'm always a fan of this type of like mindset where, listen, you won Game 5. You have no business winning 3 in a row. But man, oh man, is the pressure on the Knicks now to win Game 6. The Knicks are supposed to win this series. They are right. The path is in front of them. There's no reason that they should lose 3 straight games. And the Celtics are like, hey, well, this is free money, free games. So I think if we see a relatively tight game in Game 6, I don't know. I just wonder if the nerves start cracking a little bit. But it is Jalen Brunson. It is Captain Clutch. So maybe that's the moment he lives for. Let's talk a little bit about it, though, about the adjustments. So Mazzulla still ran out Porzingis there. Porzingis played 12 minutes all in the first half. And, man, he looked rough, dude. He looked really rough. And then the biggest adjustment they made was Luke Kornet started the second half. And Luke Kornet almost put up a triple-double last night. All right, fellas? He played 26 minutes off the bench, did not miss a shot, went 5 for 5 from the field, finished with 10 points, 9 boards, 7 blocks, a steal, and an assist. Luke Kornet had 5 blocks in the third quarter. 5 blocks in the third, and that just completely flipped the game, right? We had a tie game going into halftime, and then the Celtics went out there, beat them in the third by 32-17 to open up a 15-point lead, and then piled it on in the fourth to beat them by 10, scoring a total of 68 points in the second half, one off of Nice. I really appreciated the fight from them. Jaylen Brown, after all the conversation after game 5, or game 4, excuse me, where everybody was like, should they be trading Jaylen Brown last season? Is Zach LaVine a better player than Jaylen Brown? No, he's not. He's not, and that's dumb, and people should be dumb. Stop being dumb. Listen, is Jaylen Brown getting paid too much money? Yeah, he is. He is. And so is most of the league. And also, I don't care how much owners are spending. I don't. It does not affect me. All right? I'm not going to – I hope everybody gets paid $300 million by owners. All right? And is Jaylen Brown's handle a little wobbly at times? Yeah, of course. But you know what JB did last night? He went out there and set the tone on both ends of the court. The Celtics had been having Drew Holiday on Mr. Brunson for most of this series. And last night, JB switched on to Brunson and just gave him hell. Shout out All-American Rejects. Was just all over the place, was trying to pick him up full court. Every time they'd send out a screen, he would just slide in front or get around it. He did such a good job. And nobody's going to shut the faucet off on Brunson, but he did a good job of making him work a little bit. They were putting him in a lot of action on the offensive side of things. And then on defense, they were just picking it up from start to finish. And I thought JB's game was just really, really smooth. 9 for 17 from the field. He only took 17 shots in this game, was a plus 28, finished the game with 26 points, 12 dimes, and 8 boards, 2 boards shy of a triple-double. And then Derek White, man, for the second consecutive game, knocks down 4 triples in the first quarter. He did it in game 4, went ahead and did it in game 5 again. And he was just the offensive rock. He had finished the game with 34 points. He went 9 for 11 from the free throw line. Never forget. 7 for 13 from 3. Drew Holiday was a little bit more aggressive. He had 14 and 7. Al Horford, I actually think this is like a sneaky, stat line here. Okay. Al Horford got into foul trouble a little bit earlier in the game, ends up only playing 24 minutes. I actually think this is going to be weirdly an important advantage for the Celtics heading into game 6, because one of the issues they've run into is Al on 1-day rest is not super great, Bob. All right. He's a little bit older. It's asking a lot of him. And we saw the difference, right? Between game 2 and game 3, they had 2 days off. Al went nutso in that game, was just all over the place on both the offensive and the defensive end. Now you only played 24 minutes, and there wasn't really an excruciating 24 minutes, right? I don't know. I kind of like this. I'm trying to be glass half full for the Celtics. And then Peyton Pritchard played 39 fucking minutes last night. 5 for 14 from 3, 17. He was a plus 24. One of the things the Celtics did outside of not playing Porzingis, which again, Mazzulla, interesting comments after the game. And I don't know if he was doing this just to, give Porzingis a little bit of cover here, but he said that Porzingis couldn't breathe, was really having trouble breathing, and that's why he didn't play the second half. But he said he was available in case of emergency. I think the emergency is that he can't breathe. What are you talking about? If he can't breathe, I don't want him playing in the second half. I want him in a hospital. Listen, I am genuinely concerned about whatever this Porzingis illness is. It is a little bizarre that they're we know what it is, but we're not going to tell you. I guess they're really into HIPAA violations. It's just concerning. It's a little scary. And because we're all a bunch of psychopaths, everyone's well, I know what it is. I listened to RFK Jr. one time, and I have a pretty good idea between his comments and WebMD. I figured out what Porzingis has. It is a little bit concerning, man. And I hope he's okay. But I would imagine we're not going to see a lot of Porzingis in game 6. The way that I would treat it is don't start him. Obviously, don't start him. Maybe the last couple minutes of the first quarter, early couple minutes of the second quarter, trot him out there, see what he's got. And if maybe not playing a lot in the most recent game and a day off, he's feeling a little bit better. Maybe he's got a little juice in the tank. But if he doesn't, you got to yank him right away. You can't go back to him, kind of like they did in game 5. But I got to tell you, it is wild that it took Mazzulla this long. And I'm team Mazzulla. I love that he's a nutcase. I like that he says weird, tap into the darkness. I like that he says weird stuff like that. But I mean, the writing was on the wall, and it shouldn't have taken Tatum losing a tendon and the Celtics being down 3-1 to switch this up a little bit and get KORNET in there. The other thing I wanted to point out is that I mentioned the Peyton Pritchard minutes. The Celtics did something interesting last night. mainly because they had to, is they went to a lot of 3-guard lineups where you would see like Peyton, JB, and White, or Peyton, White, and Holiday out there, and they were just playing pretty fast. They were fast and loose, running around a lot. They were pushing the pace, and I think that is something that that proved to be successful. And the other thing about that is, you would think if you would get they're without Tatum, their best rebounding guy. Porzingis isn't playing. They're doing 3-guard lineups. I'm sure they got out-rebounded, right? Not so fast. The Celtics finished with 44 rebounds. The Knicks finished with 40 boards. They both had 12 offensive rebounds. So one of the biggest concerns this entire postseason, or this entire series, excuse me, is that the Knicks are just going to battle them on the boards. And then you take out Tatum, you assume that's going to get exacerbated, but instead, wasn't the case. Now, one of the reasons for this is Karl Anthony Towns, man. We haven't seen it in a while. We haven't seen it in a while, but Catmandu came back, playoff cat, and he just did his dumb stuff, and he just kind of neutralized himself with foul trouble. And the worst one coming in the second quarter, I think there was like 8 or so minutes left. Cat gets the ball, a decent look at a corner three. Derek White with an incredible closeout, gets the block, corrals the rebound. So like taps it, gets the board, and then Cat like kind of not bear hugs him, but gets him right away. And the foul is called. That's his third foul. And then this also put the Knicks in the bonus like pretty early. And the Celtics were able to, it put the Celtics in the bonus pretty early, excuse me. And they were able to just like live at the free throw line for a little bit. And that was huge, man. That was huge for them. And the Celtics just went on from there. I thought it was a pretty impressive win. Brunson also fouled out of this game. The crazy stuff about Brunson is he had 0 fouls at halftime. 0 fouls at halftime. Racked up 5 in the third. Was flopping all over the place. I joked on Twitter last night that Jalen Brunson, sometimes it just looks like a small Joel Embiid, the way that he hits the deck. He was hitting the floor every single time down. And speaking of hitting the floor, I'm sure everybody, I should have used that photo for the thumbnail, but I'm sure you saw it. Last night, I think it was in the first quarter, maybe early in the second, Jaylen Brown's kind of got the ball near half court, starting to attack, and then Brunson. Oh, no, I'm sorry. The Knicks had the ball. Brunson was being defended by Jaylen Brown. Brunson goes by JB, kind of puts an elbow out. Couldn't tell if it hit him in the nards or in the stomach. JB goes down. And then right after that, the ball gets to Josh Hart. Josh Hart goes up. Luke Kornet gets an incidental elbow right to Hart's face. And it was just the most amount of blood I've seen since, I guess, Porzingis, since round 1. But the way the blood was coming down, it looked like he just finished a UFC fight. It was just like in his eyes, and the blood all over the place. Little butterfly stitches. Hart was back out there. But the foul trouble was the story. Tom Thibodeau only played Brunson 33 minutes because of the foul trouble, and Cat 29 minutes. Now that pissed him off. This is not a thing that we will see again in the next game. I don't think we'll see aggressive foul trouble, and you're going to get a better performance from the Knicks. I don't think we're going to see this. Like, they're not going to win the rebounding. They're not going to win the rebounds again. I don't see that happening. The Celtics, that is. And then this, like, a couple other things here. They did shoot 40% from 3, and they got to the line 40 times, while the Celtics only get to the line 26 times. And it did feel like the Celtics were going to the line a little bit more. I saw Knicks fans losing their shit on Twitter. They went to the line so many more times. So the Knicks did. So I think everybody should chill a little bit. And then the Celtics shot 44% from 3, while I mentioned the Knicks shot 40% from 3. So we'll have to see like how the Knicks adjust. My guess here. Sorry, one other thing. Mitchell Robinson 6 for 6 from the line, hit all free throws, went 8 and 13. I think we'll see probably a better OG Anunoby game. OG Anunoby has gone MIA since he went for 29 in game 1. Has not really been able to bring the juice here for the Knicks, for the Bing Bong boys. Mikal Bridges was a little bit not hampered, but it was just good defense all around for the Celtics. And I think when they see they got a man down and they just swarmed, and sent everybody at them, and they had to gang rebound, and it was an impressive fight from them. Impressive fight for the Celtics. So game 6 is tomorrow. It's in the Garden. Oh, one other dumb thing. I don't know if I think I did tweet something about it. Hold on. Let me get this. We're going to share screen here. I thought this was the dumbest stuff. And listen, this is, if I ever run for president, it's going to be on this. You want to know what's wrong with society? What's wrong with society these days? What is this? So the Knicks lose this game. This is outside Madison Square Garden for the watch.
Just calling Elio. What are we doing, bro?
I agree with this Knicks fan. What are you guys doing? You lost. You're making TikTok videos when you lost like that? Like you're still acting like you won? That's crazy. Act like you've been here before, fellas. You lost. Now, they could very well go out and win game 6 at home. And if they do, then they should do those videos. I'm not against celebrating, but you can't do that on an L. You lost, Knicks. Knicks, you lost that game. You can't be like, break bog. Like, you can't do that. You can't do that. Grow up. Grow up, Knicks fans. But anyways, game 6 at the Garden. Tomorrow night should be a fun one, man. Friday night's going to be a fun one. And again, I think there's a real chance that the Knicks go out there and just beat the piss out of them. I do. I think there's a chance. I think there was so much energy, so much excitement, backs against the wall. It's hard to account for desperation in a situation like that. The Celtics were at home. They fought back. They gave them their answer. If the Knicks went out there, shot like 40% from 3, Jalen Brunson stayed out of foul trouble, Cat grabbed 20 boards, I wouldn't be surprised by that. But I tell you what, man, if you get into the late third quarter and this game stays a little bit close, whoo, it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. How many games do you think we get until the end of the semis? How many games do you think we get until the end of the I don't know what this question is, DJP. We've got game 6 tonight of OKC and Denver, and then game 6 of the Celtics. I think Denver forces a game 7, and I think the Celtics probably lose in 6, but I'm going to be rooting for Boston. So I don't know if that answers it. All right. So, wow. Stan's trying to turn back time here with his Miami Heat, right? Where you're just saying that the Celtics rip off 2 straight. All right. New York in 6. Okay. He changed his mind. Our guy Stubbs is here. All right. I think that's enough. On the Celtics here, getting that W, big win. That was a fun one. It was a fun one to sweat. I enjoyed that game quite a bit. We also took down both Splash Sports contests last night. Let's go. Let's talk about the second game so our guy Borland can get some love. Minnesota sends the Golden State Warriors home. And I got to tell you what. Listen, the Steph Curry injury sucks for sure. I am so happy Golden State is out of the playoffs. I cannot watch this team try to run offense anymore. Jimmy Butler's butt has to be bruised. I can't watch this 2-man game of Podziemski and Buddy Hield. I don't want to see Quentin Post. I don't want to see Guy Santos. I don't want to see Spencer. I don't want to watch it anymore. Don't make me watch it anymore. Minnesota, congrats to them. They are now 8-2 following back-to-back game. 5-game series wins here. And the story is Julius Randle, man. Julius Randle I forget what his stat line was in game 1. Okay. But they got smoked in game 1. They have the gentleman's sweep. They rip off 4 in a row. Julius Randle went triple-double game 2, triple-double game 3. In game 4, drops a 30-point game on us. And then in game 5, in the closeout game, 29 points, 8 boards, 5 dimes, 13 for 18 from the field. Only missed 1 2-point attempt. There was a moment where Golden State was kind of like hanging around a little bit. Julius Randle had a nice and one, and you saw him like go right to the camera. There was also the great meme that's been going around where they cut to like Randle celebrating a little bit, and then there's a quick shot at Steph Curry just doing an SMH. Can't believe what's happening. But man, Minnesota has been just a fun team this season, or this postseason anyways. They win 121-110. Ant-Man, did Ant-Man stuff again, 22, 12, and 7 for him. A lot of dimes from the Ant-Man, hit 5 triples as well. All 5 starters for the Timberwolves were in double digits. Rudy was 17 and 8. You had 14 from McDaniels, 16, 8, and 6 from Conley. Conley hit some big threes early, 4 triples. And then on the bench side of things, Dante got into double digits with 13. Nas had 8 and 4, and then just 2 from Nickeil Alexander-Walker. The Randle drop. Let's do it. Let's do the Randle drop. We can do it. We got to update it though. We need like a postseason Randle drop because Julius is no longer regular season Randle. Where is the drop? Here it is.
Regular season Randall.
Just really good stuff from him. And I like my favorite thing about this Minnesota team. I was saying this to Borland this morning. Just everybody understands what their role is on this team. And I think that's what makes them, I think that's what makes them dangerous. Like Anthony Edwards is the superstar. You need the superstar on your team. That's him. Julius Randle. You want to talk about Batman and Robin? I know there was a lot of stuff like that. Like about the Warriors, but Randle is like that second guy. And then Chris Finch has done a really good job of deciding like when is it Rudy's time, when is it Naz Reid's time. I think there's always a lot of concern in the playoffs with a guy like Rudy who can get put on islands a couple of times, right? That's always it's a bad matchup. And I thought Finch has done a pretty good job of being like, we're still keeping Rudy involved and engaged. And then when we need to switch to Naz, we can switch to Naz. But Rudy has proven to be pretty important. And I think what's nice for Minnesota as you start to look to the next round in the conference finals, whether it's Denver or whether it is OKC, I do think Rudy's going to be pretty important here because, yes, OKC can go a little bit smaller with Chet at the 5 if they want to, but I think Rudy would still be fine in that situation. And I'm not sure, like SGA, obviously a great ISO player, but not really the step back 3 guy that you're worried about if you get the switch and Rudy's all of a sudden on him. And then I also think, like, if you're Denver, obviously Jokic, Rudy can be out there, even though Jokic has had some success against them. And again, Minnesota just being so comfortable in their roles, you can like press the Naz Reid button if you need, or if Dante can finally get hot from 3, or Nod to go out there and defend like the guards. I just think this Minnesota team is not going to be scared of whoever they play in the next round. And they are going to feel like they are the better team. No matter who they play, they will not have home court advantage. But I do think that's going to be a fun matchup no matter who they play. And I think that's going to be the more exciting one no matter what. Like, I think I will be very excited for this Western Conference Finals. And to give Minnesota a little bit more love, man, back-to-back conference finals appearances in the Western Conference. You can say what you want about the East being the church league. You can talk about matchups all you want. Minnesota in back-to-back seasons has made it to the conference finals, the Final Four, the Final 2 of the West. They've done it again and again. And I think that's really impressive, especially considering the fact that they made this massive move just a couple of weeks before the season started. They they move off of one of their like centerpieces of the last 10 years and setting Karl Anthony Towns. They bring on Randle, who everyone, and myself included, was like, what are we doing here? Is this just a financial dump? And then lo and behold, here they are. And they definitely got a little bit of schedule luck by getting the Lakers and then getting the Warriors without Steph Curry. But you know what? It doesn't matter, man. It's the postseason. Everybody's fucking hurt in the postseason. Everybody is. And I don't care how you get there. I don't care like what you beat the teams in front of you. They can't decide who they play. They beat the teams in front of them. And there's nothing else you need to say about it. There's nothing else. You just gotta you beat the teams in front of you. And if you're like, it's an injury. It's an injury run. Well, then you know what? Your team shouldn't be focused around a 37-year-old or you know what I mean? Like, what do you want? What do you want them to do? So anyways, good for the T-Wolves. I'm excited for them. And then Golden State, you start thinking about the offseason here, and they're going to have some decisions to make. I know that the Giannis rumors are going to start immediately. I think there's going to be a lot of slander about, well, Jimmy Butler needs to be a little bit more dominant. They got to be a little bit better. Shut up. Like, Jimmy was so clearly hurt. His ass was definitely sore. He was playing through it. You could just tell by the way he moved. His jump shot looked like it was from the torso up. You know what I'm saying? They just didn't have anything with them. And I don't think they just weren't healthy. And then, dude, look at the roster, man. Like, some of these minutes last night for the Warriors. Like, this is how bad they were. They played like 12 dudes. So Draymond played 36 minutes. Hey, also, I got a question. Why are we ceremoniously starting dudes? You know what I'm saying? Like, Trayce Jackson-Davis started last night, both halves, started the first and the second, and played 7 minutes. If he's got 7 minutes for you, why are you playing him? And if he didn't have it in the first half, why did you go back to it for the first 3 minutes of the second half? So weird as shit. I don't understand it at all. But anyways, Trayce Jackson-Davis played 7 minutes. Brandon Podziemski, 11 for 19. I got to tell you, that is like efficient, 11 for 19. It felt way worse than that. Buddy played 30 minutes, went 0 for 4 from 3. Jimmy Butler, 4 for 11. He played 42 minutes. Kuminga was solid. He had 26, but 11 for 23. Looney played 6 minutes. Santos, 16. Post, 10. Gary Payton, 6. Moses Moody, 12. Pat Spencer, 6. I just like, you don't have the roster there. And obviously, if Steph is there, it's a different story. And I think maybe the conversation we should be having is that Steph Curry is the greatest player of all time, because people were legit concerned that the Golden State Warriors had a shot at getting out of the West. You take Steph away from that team, this team is unwatchable. They have multiple guys that should not be playing real minutes. They have multiple guys that shouldn't be playing real minutes. You put Steph Curry in there, and you're like, holy shit, maybe the Warriors can go to the finals. So I think when all is said and done, we just have to be like, wow, we did not put. And I'm not saying that Steph isn't rated properly already. I'm just saying I think it was a reminder how freaking good he is. I don't know what their offseason looks like. I don't know. The rumors of Giannis Antetokounmpo making his way downtown, walking fast, taking home. I don't think he's going to go to Golden State. Because if that is to happen, that means one of Jimmy Butler or Draymond would probably have to be included, as well as Picks and Kuminga. I just don't even know. I don't know what they would do. I don't know what they would do there. So I don't really see that happening. And maybe Kuminga for sure is gone. Kuminga's for sure gone. And maybe Steve and the Warriors are out there saying they're like, hey, we were actually in pretty good shape until Jimmy and Steph both got hurt. The problem is now Steph's going to be a year older. Jimmy's going to be a year older. Like, I don't know. Who are you surrounded behind these guys? Maybe Podziemski takes another step, but like Moses Moody, who, I'm so high on, or not so high on Moses Moody, but I just thought he should be getting more playing time. He was brutal in this series, as Stan said. He was really tough. He did come in the, I think, late third, early fourth of this game and like gave some real life to Golden State, who went on a little bit of a run. They got it down to like 11 or 9. I forget what it was at one point, but yeah, I don't know what this looks like for them. And you just continue to look around the Western Conference, like with the collective bargaining, second apron, all that bullshit, you would think that the West would probably get weaker here. But I mean, Denver's still going to be there. Minnesota is still going to be there. I'm curious what Julius Randle does in the postseason. In the offseason, we can talk about that later, but just he's got a $30 million player option. But the way he was playing, he might be able to negotiate a bigger payday here, because he's been awesome in this postseason. But anyways, like Minnesota's not going anywhere. OKC's obviously not going anywhere. You've got the Spurs who are only going to get better. Houston still has their core together. Like Clippers, maybe they take a step back. Lakers, what are they going to do? So I just don't know what the Warriors, where they stand. It feels like they are constantly going to be somewhere between a 5 seed, and that might be generous, in a 9 seed. But then you're just like, well, we do have Steph Curry. Anything can happen, right? I don't know. I don't know what they do. But anyways, a little love to both the Pacers and the Timberwolves, both teams being back-to-back conference finalists. I don't know if people had that in their brackets at the beginning of the season or even at the beginning of the postseason, but not an easy thing to do. There were some regulators saying rumors that Giannis wants to stay in the East. Yeah, I saw a lot of reporting yesterday. Well, reporting in quotes, but that Giannis wants to stay in the East, that Masai Ujiri is getting recruited to go to Atlanta, possibly. I doubt that's going to happen, but also like Toronto was added as a potential landing spot for Giannis. I don't know if Giannis is actually saying any of that. And it's just like teams being like, well, the East does suck, so maybe Giannis stays in the East. Like, I haven't seen anything coming out of Giannis's camp that's like, whoa, maybe I should go the North. I still think, like, if Milwaukee is going to move Giannis, I know they have a good relationship with Giannis. I know they want to do right by him. He got him a chip. I get it. I understand all of that stuff. But Milwaukee is not just going to turn around and give Giannis to somebody. You know what I mean? They need to get like real assets back. And I don't know what Toronto is going to offer that's all of a sudden going to be like, oh, wow, that's pretty. Oh, yeah, here you go. What is it? Is Scotty Barnes in the deal? Like, why are you accepting this deal? And then if you're Giannis, why are you going to go to a team like Toronto that's going to have, like, basically the teams that have been floated out there in the East, Toronto, Chicago, Miami, all of those teams are going to have to give up enough that Giannis is basically going to be a 5-6 seed with that new team. Like the same situation they were in Milwaukee. Like, if he's really going to stay in the East, outside of New York doing something weird, like New York is the one team, the Knicks, that if they like I don't know, flame out here in the second round, have like a historic meltdown or whatever. And then they're like, what if we just move Cat, Bridges, and whatever picks we have left and try to make that happen? That's one thing. But like Miami, Hero or Bam will have to be included in it, plus a bunch of assets. So congrats, you're a 6 seed. Cavs are another one, DJP. That's interesting. They're in some cap hell heading into this offseason, but that's interesting. So I think if he stays in the East, my guess he stays with Milwaukee. Like, just stay there then. If the West, however, like those teams have real assets, like the Spurs have real young talent plus picks. The Houston Rockets have young talent plus picks and salaries to make it work. Dallas could be weird again because, Dallas likes to be weird. But like those to me make a little bit more sense. Allen and Garland for Giannis, I think picks would have to be included. But maybe something like that. All right, let's see. There was a comment too I wanted to get to. Says Warriors will make the finals again before Steph retires for sure, but not sure if they are winning if Kerr don't give them another big center. Man, listen, I would love to believe you, dude, but that roster needs to get fully turned over at this point. I mean, like Draymond's only getting, he was great. He was great defensively. He had moments that he shined. Also got cooked a little bit by Randle last night, but you need a little bit more help there with Steph and maybe a full season with Steph and Jimmy, but man, we'll have to see how the offseason dominoes fall. Like, are we going to see where are we going to see Kevin Durant? Where are we going to see Giannis? Is anybody going to make like a crazy big move? DJP was saying, I think KD might end up on the Pacers. Yeah, I don't know. I think the Pistons are also an interesting team to watch. You want to talk about staying in the East, man. The Pistons do have some assets. You could be like, here's Jaden Ivey, Tobias Harris, maybe a Thompson twin. I don't know. And just like, here's some picks. Give me Giannis, and then we just go Giannis and Cade. Kuminga for Gafford. That's something. That is something. They could do something like that. I think the Lakers are probably the most likely landing spot for Gafford. Gafford loves Luka, and Luka loves Gafford. But we'll have to see. I think I'm curious where Kuminga goes to. What about the Clippers? Yeah, I think they just pretty much run it back. I think the Clippers are just going to run it back. Not that that's good, but I think that's what they're going to do. And you say F that to Gafford. I really think that's what's going to happen, though. You guys can't keep Gafford. You can't keep all these guys. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if PJ's on a different team too next year. You add Cooper Flag, you don't need 3 centers. You just fucking don't need 3 centers. And then Cooper Flag and PJ play in the same spot. You might as well try to get off some salary with PJ. Yeah, I think the Lakers could do it. They'd have to move some pieces. There's also rumors that Austin Reeves could be on a new team next year. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. The offseason is going to be fun, though. The offseason is going to be fun. DJP says PJ and Gafford are probably going to get traded. Yeah, and then trade AD to the Heat for picks and Hero. All right. There was I saw Tim Bontemps was really going in on the Hoop Collective about that the Mavericks should actually trade AD, trade off their pieces. That's the other thing, man. Mavericks are going to have to basically give Kyrie a max. I'm curious how Kyrie's going to handle it, but he dropped a hype mixtape this week, saying he's going to be back in January, like about his process and his return. But he's got a ton of leverage. Like, they need a guard. They need a guard so bad in Dallas. They really do. 3 centers work for the Wolves pretty well. Who's your third center right now? Or did you mean last year? Oh, well, 2 of your centers could shoot threes. So unless you want Gafford and Lively loading up for threes, I don't think so. Vuvuzela says, did you know about the Jakob Poeltl visa situation? They might trade him if they don't. Oh, no, I didn't realize that. I didn't realize the visa situation. Does he not have one, or is this just trumping? Oh, Luka Garza. Yeah, Luka. Let's do a Luka Magic drop, but instead of Luka Doncic, just imagine it's Luka Garza.
Luka Magic.
All right, let's take a look at tonight. Let's look at tonight's line. So we got Denver and OKC at 8:30 Eastern. OKC favored by 4.5. I'm so excited for this game. I wouldn't be surprised by any outcome if Denver just rolled over, if Jokic went for 60, if Michael Porter. I wonder what Michael Porter Jr.'s line is tonight. because everybody's so mad at MPJ for his performance recently, even though he's really hurt. But the real ones know. The real ones know. He averages 17 at home, 11 on the road during the playoffs, right? So let me look up Porter's numbers. I know you can't see this right now. Here we go. Not financial advice. They don't have a points list. They have 1.5 3-pointers made, 15.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Give me the over. Give me the over of 15.5 points, rebounds, and assists. That's the easiest money you can get today. Hold on.
None of this is financial advice. Do what you love what you do. Something like that, right?
I like it. I like it a lot. But anyways, yeah. So the OKC's favored by 4.5. Let's see. Do we have a line for tomorrow already? No. Knicks are favored by 2.5 tomorrow. So, man, this has been a great postseason. A great postseason. I love it. I love it. I'm excited. We kind of only have one 8:30 game and one 8 o'clock game tonight and tomorrow, because these 1 a.m. bedtimes for me are killing me, dudes. They are killing me. I'm just so dead. I'm so tired. So I'm excited for it to be down to one game. But yeah, I kind of think Denver forces a game 7. And then I don't even want to make a prediction of the Celtics and Knicks, because, again, I think the Knicks either win by 20 or the Celtics win a close game. There you go. That's your take. That's your take. You guys have anything else for me? We'll be back at 3 p.m. Eastern with the 89 Cavs, baby. We'll be back at 3 p.m. And then tomorrow we got 2 shows for you. We get the NBA bit at 9 a.m. And then at, I think it's going to be like 4 p.m. probably. We'll have a Count the Dings, a little hoop sense. Borland, I don't have a lot of baseball talk. I mean, the only thing I've got is we're getting ready for the SORARE content this weekend. I'm also doing a creator contest where if we win our contest against like 3 other creators this weekend, we'll have 5 different pairs of tickets to give away. So if you like baseball, we'll give away some tickets. We'll start doing some baseball content again here in like a week or so. We needed to get down to the conference finals before I could do it. I'm doing like 10 shows a week right now without it, and it was just a little too much, and not a lot of people were into it. So I know like 9 of you would tune in every time, but the numbers just aren't there for the baseball content. So when it's extra like that, I can't keep grinding it. But if it's when I've got a little bit more free time. But speaking of the fantasy content though, like we will pick up baseball. We will pick up baseball like next week or the week after. Soon. We'll pick up baseball soon. But starting once the offseason starts, we'll start having two fantasy basketball videos drop a week. And there'll just be like some evergreen stuff as we get ready for the offseason. We'll do some team look-ins, all of that stuff. We'll do some daily ranks. Some best ball ranks, all that stuff. So that'll be starting once we hit the offseason. When I have a little bit more time. But yeah, hopefully we win this contest this weekend, this baseball contest, and then we can give away some tickets. I'm focusing right now on the Dodgers, the Cubs, and the Diamondbacks. I have no idea what to do with my relief pitcher, but that's what we're working with. But I think that's it, dudes. I think that's it. We're gonna call it there. And I appreciate you guys. Yeah, I appreciate you guys. And yeah, good talk, everybody, about getting your dailies in. I already filled mine. I'll show you what I'm rocking with. This is my daily for today. One thing I did, my bi-weekly lineups, had a bunch of dudes get hurt. So I canceled some of them. So I've been doing well in the dailies because of it. But this is what I'm rocking with right now. So for today's daily, we got DeGrom pitching. We've got Hoffman as my reliever. We got Soderbaum in there. We got Mookie. We got Friedel Beetle as long as he's playing, and then Brent Rooker along with the Gaussman. And then I just put some leftovers in the other one, so I'm not going to show you the other one. And then my bi-weekly one that's still alive here, we have one that's top 6%, and it's got Buxton left tonight. We had Corbin drop 65. We got a 50 bomb from Rhys Hoskins, only 7 from McGill, 25 from King, 22 and 24 from Contreras and Jackson. So hopefully Buxton goes nuts. Hopefully he goes nuts. Yeah, Borland, I only do it like I think Seager hit the IL. I think one of my pitchers hit the IL. It was like so clear that it was going to be bad. And I was like, why don't we just do it? Thoughts on Yaxel Lendeborg combine performance? I haven't looked at any of the combine performance. Hey, you know what I will say, though? I will say this. I don't know how many people saw the Duolingo tweet yesterday that was like, let me actually pull it up. Let me pull it up. There was, because the combine's going on right now, right? Let me pull it up here so that we can actually do this right. But Duolingo had a tweet yesterday that was quote tweeting a combine performance that said, here we go. The guy had a tough jump, right? He jumped up. It was Joni Broom standing vertical leap at the NBA draft combine, and he didn't really get that high up, okay? So then Duolingo goes out there and tweets out, learn Chinese and try Super Duolingo today. Dude, this guy is projected to be a second-round pick in the NBA draft. He's fucking 20 or 21, whatever he is. It's not like you are punching up where it's like a KD level talent that's supposed to go in the first round, and this is a funny joke. That's just shitty. It's just shitty behavior. And like, yeah, oh, LOL, get ready to learn Chinese. That's funny if it's like an NBA vet that's made millions and millions of dollars, like a Kyle Kuzma. This dude hasn't even been drafted yet. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Everybody's trying to think that they're a fucking comedian, and everybody is not. Stay in your lane. Teach people how to learn a different language. Some dweeb, some probably 23-year-old, fresh out of studying social media at Emerson College in Boston is like, oh, this is going to get a lot of clicks and a lot of likes. Come on. What are we doing? What are we doing? I hate it. I hate that shit. Anyways, let's call it there. Let's call it there. Grow up, Duolingo. You're not a comedian. Weisberg said, catching up on the show today. Jimmy's been hurt the last 3 years in the playoffs now. Yeah, he is. He has been hurt. He has been hurt. This one was more of a freak one, though. It's not like he was laboring, but you're right. He has been hurt. He has been hurt. I saw the tweet, too, that was like, I think it was Kevin O'Connor was like, here are the last 11 elimination games from Jimmy Butler. And I was like, man, there needs to be context in there, though. You know what I'm saying? There's context to those. A lot of those teams were like bad. You know what I mean? He took a okay Miami team to the finals twice. Like, we're gonna knock them on those elimination games. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Anyways, I guess the moral of the story is go Celtics. Congrats to the Wolves. Fun game tonight, and fuck Duolingo's social media team. That's kind of where we land. Hope everybody has a good rest of the day. We'll see you in the 89 Cavs, 3 p.m. Eastern. We out, skis.